Well, hello again. Welcome to our Student Alliance Town Hall meeting. This week's topic is going to be student organization check-in / student organizations. So we're going to just have different organizations talk about the respective clubs and everything. So like I said, once again, I'm Brendan Burke, I'm president of Student Alliance. I want everyone to go around and introduce themselves and what organization they're here for. So anyone else want to start off with that? That would be great. Thank you.
I'll go first. My name is Araceli Marroquin. I am the External Affairs Director for Student Alliance this year. And if Terry presented the PowerPoint to Brendan, I'll be presenting on behalf of Campus Activities Board, which I was a part of last year as their president. And yeah.
I'm Becca. I'm the Communications Director for the Student Alliance. I just joined a couple weeks ago, but I'm loving it already. That's
I'm actually here representing Student Life, but also I co-advise Student Alliance and the Garden Club.
I'm Alex Matusik. I'm Vice President of the Garden Club and here to represent the Garden Club.
Hello, my name is Aya William. I am the president of BTK, and with me is Morgan Brown. She is our advisor. Second advisor.
My name is Elijah, and I'm just an audience member, just being involved. My name is Nolan, and I'm part of a group called InterVarsity Christian Fellowship.
And I'm Lina Blair. I'm the work in student life and conduct and co-advise Student Alliance with Ashley.
Cool. Is that everyone in your guys' room? I'm sorry, I can't really see who's all in the room or not, so I apologize.
Yep, we can move to everyone online.
Okay, and the people in the Zoom want to introduce themselves.
Hi, my name is Brandon Van Wyk. I'm part of Student Alliance as Director of Operations or the Treasurer. And I'm virtual this week due to being ill.
My name's Piper. I'm here to write for the Collegiate. I'm just doing an article on the meeting, so.
I'm Nancy Janish, and I am one of the advisors to the Christian Fellowship of GRCC. And yeah, to talk about that. And I'll just say now I have to leave to go to another meeting around 3 o'clock-ish. So if I just vanish, it's because I had to go.
Awesome. Thank you everyone for being here. At this time, we're going to just start with the student organizations, and we're going to start with the student line. So give me a second to share my screen. Then Araceli, you can take off.
Okay, you got it. I'll let you do it.
Yeah, that was just a joke. Okay.
Can you see the presentation?
Yeah, can you present it?
How do I present? I never use Canva. Oh, there we go. My bad. Sorry about that.
Stand up for this one, I guess. Thanks for coming out. So yeah, we're representing the Student Alliance today. That's me and Araceli and Brendan and Brandon. And so some of our main goals of the Student Alliance are to help out fellow students and also to hear what you have to say and get you connected to our campus. Brendan, can you change the slides, please? Cool. Okay, so we are here to help you speak up and get involved here at CC. If you have any questions, any comments, any concerns, we're here for you. You can contact any one of us during our office hours or outside of our office hours, and that you can find on the Student Alliance homepage at GRCC along with our emails. So that's what the page would look like. If you need a helping hand or you're just curious about something, we're just a few clicks away. So beyond our team, there are a lot of other ways to learn about our school's opportunities that I wouldn't want anyone to forget. So I just want to go over some of those things. Brendan, Q, thank you. I'd like to take a minute to talk about an important resource for everyone's student involvement that most of you guys are probably already familiar with, but that's Raider Connect. Raider Connect is a really great resource for students to become more involved. So you can find upcoming events to attend, a list of our organizations to join, up-to-date news, and finally a list of forms and surveys that might spark your interest. It gives the student body the opportunity to explore, to connect, and to grow. Brendan? Thank you. Okay, finally, you can bring your curiosities to the Student Life office just next to the GRCC bookstore in the Student Center. Here, anyone can come to talk about student organizations. Just next, hang on, first speech in a long time. Anyone can come here to talk about student organizations, leadership opportunities, and get general information, or you can just hang out and study. There's plenty of room there. So Student Alliance is an extension of the Student Life and Conduct, and we are all here to help become whole. Brendan? Again, just want to reiterate that if you have any questions, any comments, or any concerns, we're here for you. Just find a Student Alliance member's email on the Student Alliance homepage, and you can type away anything you want to say. We're here. So thanks for being here today, guys. Town hall meetings occur every Thursday at 2 o'clock for the public to join, and I hope to see some of you guys here in the future.
Also to add to that, so a little bit of history about us is that we were the ones that established the food pantry for students. Not a lot of people know that. A lot of people don't really know what Student Alliance does. So we have a bulletin board in front of the Student Life office on the first floor of the student center building. Sort of basically like a small little timeline. We advocated for behalf of the students to get microwaves on campus. So that's why when you're by a vending machine, you see that. Also, we were the ones that advocated for changing parking to $3.50 a day instead of every single time you guys even out. So if you guys have an opinion or want to be, you want to see change, please contact us and let us know. We'll be more than happy to help get that started.
Well, thanks, YouTube. Does anyone have any questions or comments they want to know about Student Alliance while we have this time? So I'm going to click to the next slideshow. So give me like 1 second. Like I said, I never use Canvas, so I'm trying to figure out how to escape this PowerPoint. So I apologize. There we go. So we're going to skip this one for now. So we're up next is going to be PTK. So PTK wants to go. The floor is yours.
Sure. I can just say my name again. My name is Aya. I'm the president of PTK. Last year I was the vice president. This year is my honor to be the president. Last year we did videos about the library, about all the phone pantry, we did about IT, we did everything we have at GRCC, all the resources, and plus PTK is called conference. We work with everyone and back to Morgan. You know more.
So I'm Morgan. Basically, I was involved when I was a student here, which wasn't that long ago. I have to remind myself that it wasn't that long ago, even though it feels like ages. But Phi Theta Kappa is an international honor society, specifically for two-year colleges, but it has since expanded in 2018 to four-year institutions. It is based on 4 pillars of scholarship, leadership, service, and fellowship. And as a chapter, we work on our chapter level, the regional level, and international level. We actually, if you want to go to the next slide for me really quickly. So, our mission, we have 2 main goals. I like to put them together and basically say that we are all about recognizing and encouraging students' individual and professional growth. Building leadership is a huge thing for our organization, so everything stems from there. You want to go ahead and go to the next slide. Like I said, or started to say, we have a chapter plan that we have to follow every single year. So it's on the slide. I know it's really hard to read, but we get a printout of it every single year. So basically everything on this list we have to accomplish every single year to maintain a 5-star status. We don't have to maintain a 5-star status, but if we don't, Dr. Pink gets really, really sad, and I do not want to disappoint that man.
And this year is going to be our 8th in a row
Yes.
5-star chapter.
Yes, so we were dormant for 10 years a while ago, and ever since then, I think this is our 10th year being active, and 8th year in a row getting up to that 5-star, which is awesome. We do 2 main projects, have service projects as well, and then we have conferences that we attend. Our favorite, honestly, is the international one. It goes to different places around the country every year. This year it's in Colorado, which we're very excited about.
To be in person.
Yes, it's as of right now, still in person, but there is also a virtual option. So we're hoping to maintain getting to go there. Do you want to click to the next slide really quickly? If there is one, I'm not sure if there is one.
Yep.
Yes, okay. So this is our chapter progress gist of it from last year and this year. So during the pandemic, we did maintain our 5-star status and completed both of our major projects. And then we also actually had the privilege of hosting one of our conferences for the region. And it was the first ever virtual conference. And we had no idea what we were doing, but it was great. So we partner with a lot of places on campus to accomplish what we do, including IT, Student Alliance, CAB, and any other student org and facility on campus that we can. This year, we're working on safely returning to campus, creating community, and making sure that students feel like they're in a community that they feel supported in and safe in on campus. So, yeah, that's the gist. That's it.
Well, thanks for that. Do you guys have anything else to add? Does anyone?
I wonder, like, how do people get involved?
Yeah.
You know, what are some rules, like, you know, yeah, what can we know to get involved anyways?
Yeah, so to join, because it is an honor society, you have to have a 3.3 GPA, 12 credits completed here at GRCC. And then there is a $75 membership fee, but it's a lifetime membership fee. And when I say it's an investment, I really truly mean it. The average return on that investment for our chapter is about 800%. So there are over $90 million in scholarships available every single year, which we'd love to tell people about. And the more you get involved and do stuff like go to chapter meetings that we host or events on campus, the better your chances are of getting bigger scholarships. We are on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Raider Connect. We have a Google Calendar you can subscribe to see what we're up to and come to our events. So yeah, we have a link tree to get all of that stuff if you would like it. I think it's just like the link tree, like /GRCCPTK. So yeah.
We are welcoming anyone to come and attend our meetings, even if they are not part of our chapter. We love to see you guys every time.
Cool. Thanks for presenting, guys. Does anyone else have any questions about PTK, comments about PTK? Okay, I don't see any show of hands if I'm right on my screen. So at this time, we're going to take a break from the presentations. I'm going to turn it over to Nancy because she has another meeting at 3. So we're going to let her present very quick and talk.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I don't have slides or anything fancy to share. I'm one of the co-advisors of the Christian Fellowship here. It is a group that is comprised of 2 component parts. One is Jabez Ministries, my colleague Peter Gordon runs, which is focused on students with disabilities, and they meet in the Raider Grill, usually like over lunchtime. And then my piece of the Christian Fellowship is kind kind of a more regular kind of campus ministry, but we are a campus ministry that is across multiple campuses. So we're at GRCC, Kendall, and Grand Valley. We are a campus ministry that is open and affirming of the LGBTQ community, concerned with social justice. This semester, we are focusing on the idea of helping people develop some spiritual resilience, because these are trying times for all of us. We are meeting Tuesdays at 4, and we're going to be outside as long as we can. We also have Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, a newsletter. We're on Raider Connect, all those things. So if you can find us there, UCCFMI is the thing to look for. And we welcome students no matter where you are in your faith journey. We want to create space for questions and help create some community for folks.
Awesome. Thank you for being here with us today. It means a lot. Does anyone have any questions or comments for Nancy? Anything you guys want to know?
Yeah, so you said you meet Tuesdays at 4, but where do you meet?
Well, we're in the process of moving now. So right now, as long as the weather is nice, we're going to try being outside. And so we want, right now, we're hoping to get space. That's, we don't have it officially yet, but hopefully we will have space outside that patio on the 3rd floor of the student center. You know, there's that outdoor patio area that you can get to from like the parking garage and the field house and from the student center. So as long as the weather's decent, we'll be out there. So it'll be a little safer to meet.
Thank you.
Anybody else have anything that they want to add? Questions, comments? Well, I'm going to share my screen again, so give me like 1 second. Our next organization we're going to have is the Native American Student Organization. So I'm going to turn it over to Rachel now.
I'll unmute myself. Hello. So you're going to continue to share a screen while I talk? Will I co-own this? Awesome. Thanks, Brendan.
Let me know when.
If you want to, hi guys. If you want to click to the next screen, and if you're able, we'll play that commercial if you guys haven't seen it yet. I'm just trying to drum up more members, and that really just kind of gives a quick view of when we went and took a trip to the Zebouin Center with our Native American Heritage Grant. So that'll work.
Did you guys hear the video? Can you guys see it?
Yeah.
So I don't know if you guys can hear the sound or not, probably just my voice now. So we are in the process of working on the second half of the Native American Heritage Fund grant. And we have an event coming up November 8th. And it will be a hybrid event. The majority of us will be viewing online. There'll be about 30 to 40 attendees that will be invited in person. We're trying to reach out to the greater Grand Rapids community, specifically the Indigenous community, but also some of the GRCC faculty, students, and staff, so that we can essentially broaden our horizons and understand a little bit more about our local history. Brandon, if you go to the next screen, thank you. In the past, what we've done is not only bring that local education in, because as you know, if you look up, we are very limited as to how much instruction we get on our local Native American populations and the history and food sovereignty, and some of these topics just unfortunately aren't taught here to my knowledge. So what we've done in the past is we've worked on More Than a Word. That was back in 2018, 2019. The grant work with that Zebulon Center, and then now Decolonizing Diets. We're bringing in Dr. Reinhardt. He is a professor at Northern Michigan University. And we also will be having a local chef, Cameron Stott, and a former GRCC NASO advisor, Mariah Williams. She's also a GRCC alum, so it's kind of really neat to come and have GRCC alumni come back and do a presentation. We'll also have Frank Sprague. You saw him in a picture drumming, and he'll be back drumming at the beginning and the end. And we really, really are hoping that Ron Yab gets back to us and does a proper Anishinaabe introduction. If you could hit the next screen. So again, our goals right now are to boost more membership. We would love to have more active members, and then bring about more community awareness. And it would be really neat to declare our own Indigenous Peoples Day right here at GRCC. GVSU is doing that. So for now, we're doing hybrid events so we can do online and in-person things celebrating Indigenous Peoples Day elsewhere, but it would be nice to have that at our own campus. So that's definitely something we've talked about in the past, and we will continue to speak about it until it happens. Next screen. And there's some of our former members. I kind of went over this Ghost Supper. We sometimes piggyback with GVSU. They're having a cleanup happening this month, as well as an hour with Dr. Susan Cross. She is going to be speaking about residential schools, and that's actually Monday, Indigenous Peoples Day in the morning over at the Allendale campus. And then there's also, like I said, a burial mounds cleanup going on this month with GVSU. Okay, next slide. And then here's a list of the things that we've worked on in this last year or two, which I've kind of mentioned. So I think there's one more. Yeah, that grant work, maybe another one. Yes, you don't need to watch all these videos. I could keep you here for another hour or two just discussing that Zebulon Center. It's amazing. If you guys ever get a chance to go up to Mount Pleasant, highly recommend stopping there. It's across the street from the Soaring Eagle Casino. Next slide. And that's it. So we're drumming up support. We need some more members to keep us functioning and keeping what we do going. It's beyond just students and having fun, but we like to do that too. But we want to keep the community and the GRCC students, faculty, and staff aware of what's going on and going from a surviving culture to a thriving culture. Thanks.
Awesome. Thank you for your presentation. Does anyone have any questions or comments about NASO? Anything they want to know?
I do want to give them props a second. So there was a few years ago, NASO was the group that worked towards having an amendment to recognize Indigenous Peoples Day here on campus at GRCC. So they wrote it up, made it work, and got it passed. So they deserve a shout out for that.
Cool, thank you.
Hey, Rachel, I just had a quick question. I wonder if you could share just like maybe a quick summary of what Decolonizing Diets was about. That piqued my interest when you said that.
Yeah, I don't know if I can do it quickly, but what I've been working on for the event synopsis, essentially, Decolonizing Diets, I personally would define as something pre-colonial, like foods, Indigenous foods, healthy, helpful foods that you would find in a garden. But also you're taking those old traditions and you're blending it with some new traditions, things that we think and do about in a a post-colonial or during colonialism and even a post-residential school era now. We are finding some ways to heal that generational trauma by working together in a community, which gets interesting during a pandemic, of course. We're also blending in doing some decolonizing food works. Like, for instance, when we're making maple sugar up at Finney's farm this last February and March, we were on the internet with a few friends. Like, one of them was Winona LaDuke. So we were doing some hybrid stuff while we're also in person working on the sugaring system. And it's a lot different than maple fudge. My dad was telling me that he used to do this with his grandma years ago. And I never really understood until this year that we were actually making maple sugar, not just the syrup. There's a process of which it switches over. And so there's a lot of community around bringing about these indigenous foods back. It's beyond just knowing that a tomato and a potato and bison meat and some wild rice and our three sisters, beyond just knowing that, okay, those are native foods, those are indigenous to these particular areas in North or South America, but learning how to keep those traditions alive and bringing back some of the language and working together. So I guess that's what decolonizing means to me.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks for sharing that. Does anyone else want to add anything?
I guess I'm curious how, if any, like Rachel, do you bring in like area history, like specific to Grand Rapids, or is this more broadly speaking?
Well, for considering this is an NASO meeting, we obviously are going to welcome any and all students regardless of Native American status or tribal affiliation. Now, for this particular event, I think is what you're asking about, Ashley, for the Decolonized Diet event coming up in November, that is specific to the Great Lakes region. However, in Dr. Reinhardt's presentation, I've seen it before, and I'm sure that he will also allude to the fact that he's been in contact with many other people like Winona LaDuke, who not only are from the Midwest, but also the West Coast. And then you also have to think more Southern America. So he'll be talking about plants. Like some people will be having offerings of the sweetgrass, tobacco, cedar, and sage. However, some people, in lieu of the tobacco, it would be corn pollen. But they're still very medicinal and spiritual plants and offerings. And that's something that maybe, since you brought it up, I should mention this now. Out of respect, when elders come and visit our campus or any campus, or when you go and ask them to help in an event such as this one, it is custom to bring tobacco offering, to ask them of that. However, according to our signage on campus, we are not allowed to even have tobacco on the premises. So there has been other student alliance groups, organizations such as this one, where we have gone back and changed signage and added on, except for like the spiritual process, bringing something. So at this event, it would be nice to be able to offer them tobacco in along with their honorarium checks and parking passes. And so I asked you guys, I guess, I don't know how I turned your question into yet another question, but I have. How do I go about doing that so that I'm not in trouble?
Rachel, it's Lina. Let's talk about that. I don't know if there's specifically an exception, like a policy about making exceptions, but I'd love to explore it with you guys. So let me do a little digging in the next day or so, and let's plan on connecting tomorrow afternoon or Monday morning.
Thanks, Lina. That sounds great. And so did I answer your question, though, Ashley? We'll be focusing on Great Lakes region food, but also obviously we'll be bringing up other spiritual and medicinal and ways of filling our tummies healthy and helpfully with these decolonized diet plans.
Yes, thank you, Rachel. It's awesome.
Anyone else have anything to add? Okay, so next one we're going to go to is Garden Club. We're going to turn it over to you. Then we'll go back to virtual presentations, but we'll start with Garden Club.
Hello, I'm Alex Matusik. I'm Vice President of the Garden Club. Garden Club is an organization on campus dedicated to promote sustainable urban agriculture. And to do that, we have a garden plot right outside the science building. And we actually allow club members to take a share of the craft as well as donate some of it to the food pantry. And this year we plan on installing raised beds for the garden because we had issues with that last year, as well as hosting some classes for information on how to garden on your own property and such. Yeah.
Awesome, thank you. Ashley, I know you co-advise Garden Club. Is there anything you want to add?
I guess I would add, you know, we're growing, our team is growing, so we had some turnover with student leadership, so if you're interested, come out. We will be meeting over the winter months to discuss, fingers crossed about raised beds, really. We haven't put in a proposal for that to seek funding, but it's something that we think would sustain the club and would invite more people in, and we could do more, invite more people, like classes or staff faculty to come out and do workshops, invite like the children from the learning lab over, really show people how everything connects to this platform on campus, and just to get people outside and yeah, just to learn something and come together.
We also help maintain the pollinator garden right in front of the food garden. And that was something that started last year, right?
I think the pollinator garden was actually,
Well, yeah, I know it was like a thing before that, but I think.
yeah, we took over the pollinator garden because Biodiversity Club didn't have any members to maintain active status. So we were just overseeing that. And so really the plot has expanded for us because we're now growing veggies, herbs, and also focusing on the flower bed in front. Yeah.
Awesome, thanks for sharing. Anyone have any questions or comments? I can't wait to see your guys' organization grow. Okay, pun done.
Thanks, Brendan. Appreciate that.
Yes, we all love the growing pun.
Anybody else have anything about Garden Club or any questions or comments?
Nope, just the comment. Oh, sorry. I can't see when someone goes to speak on my end as quickly. So I apologize if I interrupted. I just want to add in the fact that the NASO has the seed bundles. They arrived and Tari has them in her office that we hope to work with Garden Club this spring on.
Yeah, that's something we can mention too. NASO, well, in the early spring 21, had come out and created growing bounds, and they introduced seeds. Again, we had some issues with growing, with the soil, with some pests. So we're hoping like moving forward, we'll have an established area for them to grow their heirloom seeds and native varieties and to, you know, welcome that sort of learning too. And Rachel, was that it from you? I'm sorry, I don't.
Yep, that's perfect. Thanks, Ash.
And Nolan, what were you gonna say?
Yeah, I was just curious, like, you might have already mentioned this, but do you guys have like regular meetings and what do those?
We have a meeting once a month at the last Wednesday of the month. And we also have events sometimes, occasionally, but the regular meetings are once a month at the last Wednesday.
Yeah, so we maintain the Raider Connect page. Like I said, we're looking to recruit more people to kind of formulate what this semester looks like, to prep for what growing is ahead next year. Really, you know, as a gardener, as a farmer, you would stay busy year-round just to prep for what's next. So we've got a lot of ideas. We just need some manpower to help it out.
Awesome. So give me a second to set up my screen again. I'm not used to doing this all virtually, so I apologize. And next we're gonna go to InterVarsity with Nolan. So floor is yours, Nolan.
Thanks, Brendan. Yeah, I guess I'll stand up here. Yeah, so my name is Nolan. I'm representing InterVarsity Christian Fellowship here at GRCC. You can go to the next slide, Brendan. And so, yeah, we're I guess we're pretty similar to Christian Fellowship, like what Nancy does. We're just a different club, but we're part of a worldwide organization called the IFES, which is the International Fellowship of Evangelical Students. And so you'll find InterVarsity chapters all around the country, at colleges and universities. You'll see it all around the world. Yeah, our biggest like InterVarsity country is actually in Nigeria, which is really exciting. They've got a huge like movement going there. And so we're constantly like learning from them. We're considered like a multi-denominational parachurch. So we're not like a church, what you would probably think of. We're considered like an extension of the church. And so we don't meet in buildings, we meet on campuses. Yeah, and again, it's welcoming to students and faculty of all different backgrounds, denominations, religions, no religions, whatever you identify as. It's designed for everybody. Yeah, so currently we're at over 750 campuses in the United States with over 34,000 students and faculty that are involved in the InterVarsity chapters. You can go to the next slide, Brendan. So what we do, so here at GRCC, we meet every single Thursday from 6:30 to 8 p.m. in the Cook Building, room 208. And so what we do there, those are just exactly what they are. They're Bible studies. So we get together, we hang out for a little while, and then our focus is like on a book of the Bible or a topic. And so this semester we've been going through a series on self-care and like how as college students we can practice good self-care, and then also taking what we learned from scripture and applying that and making it relevant today. And so learning like, okay, what did Jesus say about self-care? And so it's been really cool to see students like actually taking these concepts and like doing practical things to grow in like their mental health, their physical health, their spiritual health, things like that. Another big component of what we do is leadership development. So I'm like a full-time staff at the university, so I work for them, but our goal is to raise up students to kind of take over the organization. So we love empowering students to grow in their leadership skills and lead these small groups every single week and do a lot of the teaching and what we call discipleship, which is like investing in another person and caring for them, loving them, helping them grow. We also do fun community events. Like a few weeks ago, we did an ultimate frisbee night at the track and field. We're going to B-dubs tonight after a small group for fun. We do worship nights, dinners, stuff like that on and off campus. And then service too, kind of like some of the organizations here we care about like serving the community. And so we like to go out and be part of any sort of service opportunities that we can be part of. So yeah, that's kind of like who we are and what we do. And yeah, I think that's it. But yeah, if anybody's interested in joining, you can talk to me. We're on Facebook, Instagram. I guess I gotta up my game and get on TikTok and stuff like that too, because I have no idea how that works. But yeah, if you have any questions, you can talk to me.
Awesome. Thank you for being here, Nolan. Does anyone have any questions or comments about InterVarsity? Anything they're interested in? Cool. Oh, Araceli, you said you were going to speak on behalf of CAB. Shared me slides, but for some reason it says a locked file, so I couldn't access them. And she's in orientation right now, so if you just want to talk, that's okay.
Okay, that works. So as I mentioned before, I worked for CAB last year as their president, and so I'll be speaking on behalf of the current president, since she couldn't be here because she's busy working with orientation. So CAB is basically campus activities board. They're in charge of all the bigger or like wide programming on campus. Like they did the welcome week where they had like the movie night, they had a virtual scavenger hunt, and so they basically do a lot of those programming. So yeah, we have opening positions, so if you guys want to join, help be part of the process of planning, get perks, and so yeah, we do a lot of welcome week, we do finals relaxers, and we have other events throughout the years. Some of the events that we did have last year both virtually and in person. If you guys were here last year, we did a lot of like free coffee and donuts on cab, where we give away little tickets, and you just have to show up at the Pike Cafe and you can get a donut, any coffee drink you would want. And for Valentine's Day, we did mugs, box chocolate, roses, and those were all free for students. So we have a lot of mini events like those going on. So hopefully we can have more this year to sort of, for students to have more fun here on campus, since we have more students on campus in person. So yeah, look forward to that. You can follow us on Instagram, GRCC Student Life page.
Awesome. Anyone have any questions about CAB or any comments about CAB?
Also, if you guys have any ideas about events, we're happy to hear them out and sort of see what we can do to make that happen. Last year, we did wanted to have a drive-in movie, but we weren't able to do that. But we were able to do one this semester, but it was sort of like bring your own chair, and like we put like a movie screen on the, what you call it, the plaza, the commons, yeah. So that's the closest thing we could come to that. So if you have any ideas, please feel free to email or share with us.
Thank you. I saw someone join the room. I don't know who's the new speaker in your guys' room. So can they introduce themselves if they would like to, please?
We had student Cicely join us. Are you representing a student org today? No, nope, just a guest.
Okay, I just saw him like in there, so I wasn't quite sure. So I just want to make sure. And Piper, do you want to talk about the collegiate at all while you're here, or?
I kind of just started writing for the collegiate, so I don't know like too much about it. I'm in the journalism class, and so all of the students in that class like write stories, and I'm currently looking for editors. So if anyone's interested in editor position, those are opening up too. So yeah.
Cool. Did I miss anyone at all? Now's your time to speak before I go on to the next part. Or does anyone want to add in any last minute comments or anything about your organizations? Cool. Once again, thanks you all for being here for this student organization town hall. At this time, I would like to turn it back over to you guys to see if there's anything Student Alliance can help you with for your organization, anything we can help, anything you guys need from us, anything you would like to help promote or anything. Now's your chance to speak.
I think, we've been hearing from some student orgs, like, we're short on, like, members to be an active org, or how do we get the word out, or what's happening, so things like that have been coming up, so we're just trying to provide a space for those types of things to come out here today, to help resolve it, or help you recruit, to stay connected, really.
This isn't necessarily a student organization related thing, but there are a couple events that are coming up that you guys might be interested in. National Coming Out Day is taking place on campus on Monday. So if you're not familiar, National Coming Out Day is like a day that a lot of people in the LGBTQ community celebrate and maybe come together to like be together in coming out and being visible. So that's taking place on the plaza on Monday. That's being organized by a new College Action Project group, and everyone is welcome to participate and be a part of it. And then just so you guys know, to put on your radar, we are starting to work on homecoming. Homecoming is taking place mid-February around men's and women's basketball. We're planning a week full of events, capped off by the men's and women's basketball games against Kalamazoo Valley Community College, and that those games are going to be on that Saturday. So just keep your eyes peeled for more information, or if you're interested in helping plan that, let me know. Again, I'm Lina in Student Life, and I'm one of the co-chairs of the homecoming committee. So yeah, we're looking forward to kind of being back together for homecoming, so that'll be fun.
Another event coming up is the fall open house. It's gonna be the 14th of this month, so next Thursday from 10 to 4. It's gonna be at Stephen Ender Hall, which is on Sneeden's campus right next to Sneeden. And there's gonna be cider, donuts, and fun there, so make sure to check that out as well. Any of your guys' organizations have any events coming up? Like I know, like no one said InterVarsity is doing like B-dubs after their meeting today. PTK, you're working on an event. You want to tell us what that is?
So part of one of our projects this year is like building a sense of community on campus. So we're trying to host more events on campus. We're still waiting on, I think, a couple final approvals for it, but we're looking at doing like a Smash Your Stress event, where you can come throw apples at a target. If you make it in the net hole, you get a little prize, and then you get to throw the apple again. And then smashing some pumpkins and that sort of thing. And if you want to stick up around to clean up afterwards with us, that'd be cool too, because that's going to take some cleanup. But it's free for anyone to come out. I think some of the prizes are stress balls, chocolate. Yes, should be a good time. I'm completely blanking on the date of it because we're still waiting for it to final approval, but it'll be in November sometime, I believe. So.
Is that on campus or?
Yeah, it'll be right down in the plaza area.
Oh, cool.
So for Student Alliance, we're in the middle of working on some events. We want to have one for Thanksgiving. So we're still working on the detail on that. And also we plan on having another event for mental health. And we're also working on something for our next meeting, Get Help. One thing we were thinking about was probably pre-packaging little snack kits and passing them around campus to students to sort of let them know that we have like the food pantry, or we have other resources if they ever need it. So yeah.
Awesome, thank you. Anyone else have any events or anything they want to share that's coming up with their organizations? Well, at this time, I'd like to turn the floor over to anyone if they have any closing comments, anything they want to talk about. So the floor is yours if you want to have any closing comments.
I'll take this one. So being that I work in student life, I work primarily to help student organizations form, find their members, and to maintain active status, to get involved, to do what they want to do here during their time. So if there's an org that you're looking to form, I can help with that. If you're trying to find the right group, I can help with that. If you're just trying to get linked to someone on campus, whether it's student org related or not, I can help with that. So keep me in mind. I'm Ashley. I'm in student life Monday through Friday, 8 to 5.
Cool. At this time, I have nothing else. So once again, thank you everyone for coming to our town hall meeting this week. And feel free to keep in touch with us. If you guys have like an events or if there's anything you want to reach out to us, feel free. People that are watching, if you feel like joining one of these organizations, you can either email one of us or and we pass your email on to the organization too as well. So once again, thank you for coming out this week.
There you go.